Good morning. Just visualize the word of tomorrow, and you would find that this is going to be a real new word, a real different word, a word which you can possibly imagine, but it's a word which you can today only imagine, and within a couple of years, some glimmering would be there, and the next 5 to 10 years, it shall be a reality. Imagine having to travel between New York and London in 20 minutes. Way back when I first traveled on Concorde from London and reached New York for my breakfast, it was a feeling that I cannot even express in words. I mean, just in 4.5 hours, we were across Atlantic from one continent to another continent, spanning 5 different zones, time gap 5.5 years, and you travel that distance in 4.5 hours. But that's history. We hear of the bullet trains that go at a speed of 500 kilometers an hour, and now we have heard of the Chinese going at a couple of thousand kilometers per hour. But imagine going from San Francisco to LA in just another 30 minutes. You see, the technological development in transportation is great, both in rail, air, as well as virtual. So let's see what's going to be the 3 major developments in each of one of these fields, one each in each field. In railway, you're going to have a new concept of Hyperloop. And this Hyperloop is going to change the railway travel beyond recognition. You see, at present, oil and gas is going through pipes, but then soon cargo and passengers may be going through pneumatic tubes at about 1200 to 1500 kilometers an hour to begin with. And then slowly and steadily, the speed would increase. Russia is the first country, and close on heels comes Dubai, which are already building up Hyperloop transportation. And we believe that the first Hyperloop transportation would be available by 2018. This will be super fast. And Dubai says that they'll travel the present distance of 5 hours in 10 minutes. Moscow and Suma Group are doing a lot, and they have already done the feasibility study. And there are other countries also doing it. Finland is doing it. USA is doing it. And what are the benefits? Now imagine, at present, the air transportation is very costly, so the cargo is often shipped by sea. And to travel by sea between Asia and Europe can take up to 30 days. And that without considering overland transport to and from ports. Rail transport nearly cuts half of that. I put on the Facebook the other day, the Chinese have already started a rail from Peking to London, a distance of 7,500 miles to be completed in 18 days. But with the Hyperloop, the same distance will be completed in a period of, say, 2 days or 3 days. The southern rail route between China and Russia at present, for example, is 6,213 miles long and takes 12 days. it will be taking 2 days again. Same is another rule to Russia, which is going to be the first Hyperloop in the world. You see, this increase in speed is in sync with the increase in speed in everything. Look at the speed with the computers are working, and they're actually aping the speed the way mind works. Mind speed has not been estimated, cannot be estimated. They cannot approach that speed, but they can at least hope to reach that. Maybe some fraction of that. You see, the biggest problem is going to be the building cost. And the cost of that is approximately going to be $15 million per mile. Already that is there. The high-speed rail line, for example, in Madrid and Albacete in Spain, or in bullet train of Japan, is estimated at $15 million per mile. Now this Hyperloop would cost less than that. It will cost 11.5 million per mile because a vacuum tube is already about $5 million. Then the cost of fitting and everything, so it's going to be cheaper. As a matter of fact, they are also thinking to add to the Hyperloop magnetic levitation technology, where the powerful electromagnets would lift the train, and the 19-mile maglev line in Shanghai with the magnetic technology had cost $69 million a mile. And the proposed 178-mile track in Japan is going to reduce the cost appreciably, they say by approximately half. So, expensive to begin with, but ultimately cheaper in the sense the cost of production is cheaper, the cost of construction is cheaper, from 15 to 11. Then the waste time, saving in time. And more important, for the perishable products, it's going to be a boon. The cost of refrigeration would automatically come down. The cost of transportation would come down. The cost of storage would come down. And not only that, the material would be fresh, unaffected, and good to consume. The staleness would not be there. And human beings also would not have to suffer the way they suffer today. You see, the transoceanic Silk Road being proposed by China would have a great effect as well. And in case they incorporate Hyperloop, then the opportunity is almost endless. So Hyperloop is a technology for the rail travel that we have got to watch. And now let's see the air travel. From London to New York, not in 8 hours, not in 4.5 hours of Concorde, but 20 minutes. This is a new aeroplane being developed called antipode plane. And this is a new invention, but it is going to convert dreams into reality. You know, it's based on the concept of a rocket jet. Plane would travel at a supersonic speed after takeoff. It will be more like a blast off of a rocket, and the acceleration would be 24 times the speed of sound. Imagine. 24 times the speed of the sound. And do you believe who is the brain behind this technology? He is a Canadian designer, Charles Bombardier. And he explains that the work using the concept long penetration mode. This is the concept to channel the super speed via nozzle on its mode, means it can travel easily at 18,264 miles per hour. This is 10 times the speed at which the Concorde flew. And before you visualize that you are going to fly in space, say you are pushed up in space, travel, and then you come down and land in New York. While you in this antipode would be traveling in space, the present jet only travels 40,000 feet in the sky. That's it. So it sounds great. We have seen that both the rail travel and the air travel are going to change beyond recognition. And it's going to happen in our lifetime. At least yours, if not in mine. But we and our generation are going to accept that as something given, as something which is normal. For you it may be exciting, for them it will be routine. But then are we going to travel? That's a major point. Maybe for many the travel may just be a word in the storybooks. You would travel, but will be traveling in reality. And that is a new concept which has come up, along with artificial intelligence, 3D printing, robotics. All these new technologies are pushing you to the fourth industrial revolution. And with that comes a new thing, holoportation. Microsoft has developed virtual reality VR and augmented reality AR. And holoportation and HoloLens, these are the two major aspects of VR and AR. Now, HoloLens gives you competitive edge that you can look beyond the future. And holoportation has the potential to change the face of transportation. You can sit in one place, and primarily it's meant at present for the meetings. So there's a board meeting in which the members of the board, some can be in Toronto, some can be in Nashville, some can be in Timbuktu, some can be in Adelaide in Australia, and some can be in Iceland. So they sit before their computers, but the holoportation with the virtual reality, they are sitting around a table. It's not like Skype, because in Skype, the possibility is not there. Here you are able even to virtually shake hands. So it's just sitting across the table without the physical contact. As I said, virtual shake hands can be there. And this virtual reality is increasing. The present market is 4.4 billion. And it is expected to grow by 2020 to 105.2 billion. That is an increase of 2,500%. And this holoportation is going to change the very system of meetings and travel connected with those meetings. You see, at present, almost 90%, if not 100%, of the travel of the first class and the business class is by those people who have to go for political meetings or for business meetings. With the holoportation, that need would be obviated. G20 can be held by holoportation, each Prime Minister, the President sitting in his own office, all the 20 people, and they can talk to each other. They don't have to travel. And thus, they are able to look after the meeting and take care of the meeting, and also keep on looking after the affairs of their own country without any problem. So these three areas, two in the physical world and one in the virtual world, are going to change the very concept and the very nature of transportation. That is going to be reality in the next 10 years or 12 years. So, railways would change out of proportion. They will not be they'll be railway lines, but mostly tubes, the hyperloops. The air travel would be a combination of air travel and space travel. And holoportation would be changing the face of meetings and the travel connected with those meetings. What a change. Don't you think so? Well, that's a new peep into the future of transportation as per my promise to you. How do you like it? Good day.